Greetings, my gears. Hey guys, I'm Ben Pearson, the Roaster Tracker. We are gonna try out the game of Infinifactory. And I can't find a way to reset this, but I've done essentially the tutorial with this. I played with this some time ago. And we're gonna see what we can do to continue with this. The Proving Grounds is basically just a tutorial, but I'm gonna be your tutorial for this. So this is a Xantronix game. So Xantronix games are known for building clever solutions to make machines do stuff, and then you can do a number of things to try to optimize them. In this case, you want to use the fewest blocks, the smallest footprint, and do the solution the quickest. So, once you've got a solution, that's great, but you still want to make a better solution. And I really enjoy this type of game, and since I do a lot of programming, this has a huge amount of appeal to me. It feels, kind of like that, although a game. Xantronix is really good at that. So we are going to go through all of the different things. You can see here, this is a new puzzle type, and then we get some different upgrades to make things a little bit more interesting, and we're going to see what we can do about that. So I'm going to create a new solution. It's been a while since I did my testing for this. We're confuse things together. So we have a jetpack so you can move around everywhere, although as I recall you can, die. And of course there's achievements for that. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get... This thing is going to produce that kind of block. And we're trying to... What are we trying to do? We're trying to get this block over there. So what we're going to do is say, hey, if there's something below here, then... How is it that you... I should have checked this before we had started here. Hang on one sec. Just trying to remember how you do the selection. So that's that. If I hold down the middle, so you can play here. You can see it's got a sensor. That's great. But we need to select in the type of block. And so that will go back. We got the sensor there. Should be one of these keys. Let's just check the options real quick. That should have it. So rotate blocks. Block menu is shift. Okay. There we go. So you can see there's a bunch of different things that we can do. In this case, we're going to get a pusher. Except for we need to rotate that pusher. So now it's going to push things in the right direction. And these two need to be connected together by a wire. If we just put this block here, it'll automatically connect us. So that will get us into the right orientation. And then all we have to do from that is build a conduit. And then we can hit F. And you can see now we're pushing these blocks along to their correct path, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So then we can hit F and go a little bit faster, but you can see here we have solved the solution. Now, it is theoretically possible to do this a little bit faster, but we're just gonna skip that. We're gonna go to munitions refill. So every now and then you see these guys and you're like, hey, what happened?
Oh, wow. What is that? This must be some sort of shipyard. It's amazing. There are tons of ships here. Those little ones docking with that carrier, they must be shuttles or fighters. And oh, that one looks like a missile cruiser. Wow, this is a pretty serious armada. I wonder who they're fighting.
So somehow we have to split this into 3. Do we have... No, we just have sensors and pushers. So how are we going to do this? Well, let's start with this. We want to come out 1, and then we're going to come along here. Periodically, we want to push, but not all of the time. Well, let's just see what happens when we do the naive thing. So we're gonna play. So we have to get 10 of each, but then they continue to do that. So somehow we have to split this up. That is interesting. How do we do this? So we're gonna let this drop a little bit sooner. What we need to do, somehow split these. Jeez. We can just build a platform if we need to. That'll take an extra block, but that's fine. Let's move this direction first. I'm just gonna play this because I want to see. These boxes are fairly closely packed. So I think what we're gonna have to do, well, they are evenly packed too, which makes it a little bit rougher. How do we do this? So the welder's not gonna do anything. We could do... I'm gonna play up until the moment that it stops. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't even really do... We maybe have 8. What we can do... Okay, I know what to do. Here's what we can do. So what you can do here is essentially have a counter. You can force all of these to stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can do 9 and 10. So when this is 10 long, we're going to have a sensor here. That's a sideways sensor, so that will send a signal. Then this is going to we can actually replace all of this stuff with lower tech blocks. No, we can't do that. Every other one, maybe? So what we're trying to do is to come up with a counter. Oh, wait a sec. That's what we just need to split it into 3, right? So when we have 3 here, so we're gonna keep going like this. Here we go. When we have 3 of them side by side, like we'll have right here, we're going to push forward and then platform build. Okay, so that's going to store 3 of them on their side. And then we need to have a pusher here. Aha! Then we'll put a platform sensor above here. So this guy will be the face down, but except for we want to do it on the last one. So we have a sensor here. When there's one above the last one, then all of the pusher blocks should activate at the same time. That is what our desire is. Hopefully this will work like that. And then we're going to have the conveyors here take it into the right spot. We can probably narrow the footprint, but let's test the concept out and then we'll optimize. You always want to test the concept before you get too far down the optimization path. Premature optimization is the root of all evil is a favorite saying in programming. So the blocks fall down, push 1, 2, 3, it senses them, and they split. So let's go fast forward. Hey, we have a solution. Now we can do a smaller footprint and quicker for sure. So we're going to play again. Let's get this. But we have the general concept. Now, what I'm thinking we're going to do is this exact same structure, but a little bit further down. The further we go down, it's going to be quicker because there's fewer blocks. We're going to push this one this way. And then here we're going to go this way, and this one's just going to go 1. In fact, let's go even further. Go like this. Then we're going to put our platforms go here that we're waiting on, and then we need our pusher blocks here. We'll just put 1 platform down. We'll actually hold all of these pusher blocks together. And then we need our sensor. And we need our downward sensor right there. Let's go up a little bit. We don't need this one. This is already a much more compact solution. I think it's going to operate a little bit faster too. Hey! Footprint score has, we've set the record with my friends. Few as blocks, but there's got to be a faster solution. So how do we do this faster? I mean, and it's substantially faster too. 2, 3. I don't see how we do this much faster. I could see shaving off a turn or two, but we're basically going as well. Yeah, 86. I don't see how they did that. It must be a fundamentally different concept. Well, maybe we'll get a different block or something that'll let us do that. That's definitely a thing that can happen. I do like that we got the block score so low, though. Is there any way to lower the block score even further? I'm going to try taking this one away. Yeah. That's what I thought that would do. Can we get this tighter? No, we need all of, I mean, it may be possible to get it like 1 unit tighter. If we bend this around the corner here, let's try this. So if we, instead of doing things this way, I think we can get 1 tighter if we push along our side and have this be our 3 blocks. And then let's switch to our conveyor here. So pusher blocks are gonna come here. 2 and 3. Then we'll need another conveyor to go along there. And then we just need our sensor. Well, let's put the conduit on the top. Don't know if we actually need all of this conduit, but I'm going to assume we do. Maybe we'll try it with somewhat reduced conduit. Cool. So, yeah, we've gone down footprint even a little bit better, and our block score has gone quite a bit lower. So we're almost on this edge. There may be a way to remove 1 block. Let's try what happens when this happens. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're just going to put this in, and then we're going to go back to our cell. So we're kind of a prisoner here, forced to make these kinds of things to do all sorts of cool stuff. Okay, that's pretty good. If you look here, I mean, there's sometimes I just don't know what they do to these people are like not human. Like, yeah. But okay, shuttle propulsion units. Let's see what this one's all about. So we have blocks that appear here. Interesting. So presumably these have to be welded. So what we can do, I think it's going to be a weld and a split operation. So the welding, the easiest way. Oh, we have another person over here. We'll go check him out in a moment. Hello, person.
I can't believe I'm here. On another planet. With aliens. This is amazing, Claudia. Amazing! I can't get over it. The crash at Roswell. The lights over Lubbock. The sightings in Washington, D.C. All the way back to ancient times. Jerusalem and Rome. It was them. The pyramids. Stonehenge. Atlantis. Atlantis is real, by the way. It was all their doing. It must have been. Look at this technology. It's just what was needed to move those massive stones. If only Claudia was here to see this.
So this will weld them together. Actually, let's do a sideways welder because it will use less blocks. So this will fuse these together, and then... Wait, one's a 2 and one's a 3. Oh dear. Well, how do we do this? Well, how do we do this? So, the previous trick we had of doing a 5-bit long, and then we could push and then weld. Okay, how about this? What we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 different types of welders here. No, we can't do the welding here at all. So the welding has to be the next step. And I really don't want to do this pushing in 2 different directions, but I think we might have to. So I think we're gonna line this up here. Let's just get something that works, right? Then we'll get something that does a good job. This will go weld down. I think this will work, but I'm not sure. 2, 3. And the sensor's got to go there, and we're going to have a row of pusher blocks here. So pushers all go here. I'm going to put a blank spot there. The welding can't happen here. They all actually need to move one down. But if I have a conveyor like this, we can put a block here. We can put the welders facing down. That will weld these two together. Actually, I don't think we need this last one at all. I think this will work, except for we need our sensor. And then connect up the conduit. I think this is already held, yeah. So let's see how this works. So they're coming together. Senses, and it pushes them together just as we had designed. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2. Okay, so that's good at a low footprint. And it's a decent cycle score, although there seems to be some tricks that we can do to improve this. A lot of people did this with fewer blocks. Well, the obvious thing, if we push this one closer, then we don't need these. We can get rid of 2 blocks by just simply replacing them with 1. But let's try the same general setup. Maybe we can do this a little bit smarter. So, what if we weld these guys together here? And if this was our only welder, can we do this somehow? So some of the time, half the time we have to go forward, half the time we have to go back. Or we have to push this in 2 different directions, is what I'm trying to say, depending on the setup. Well, this little welder would do the 3 situation fairly easily. Right? So we could just have like a sensor here and push. But what if we... Okay, let's keep this going. So weld those 2 together. But we don't want everything to be welded. If this one... If we have a 3, then we're going to push this on here. Let's see, we'll just have 1 pusher here. I just want to see what this does. Except for we don't have the sensor, so the sensor, put it overhead. So we have these guys connected. That'll be a 3, that'll push to here. Then if we have this connected, there's already a person here, then there's a 3 block, and we want to push maybe earlier. Be better to do it if there wasn't a 3rd one here, though. Let's think this through. So this should produce the 3. Let's... Yeah. So we have the 3 unit. But what we want to do is once we have the 3, we want to have just 2 be produced, which we could fairly easily do that. Also, this would be better to be a side welder. So when there's 2, but we don't have an opportunity to push if we do this. Yeah. Not until we get down here. So that will always do 3. Okay. Well, huh. So this will always be 3. Quite frankly, we could do a better design if that's what we're trying to do. Let's move this a little bit closer. We want to push the 3. Well, the 2 is first, and then the 3 comes next. I think we want to build this a little bit over anyways. Whoops. So let's conveyor over. I think we're gonna have 2 blocks here. Let's put a welder on top. Because the top will allow us to use the pusher. So the push here we have 2 different pushers. One that will push if we already have a 3 that's waiting. So the 3 can go if the, let's see, we have the 3-1 and we have the 2-1. The 2-1 will just go straight in. But this will push them into the same fundamental thing. We ideally want to do the 2-1 first. And then once we hit that, then we can actually just drag this conveyor. We don't need a pusher to do this. So this will make a 3. And then we kind of need the 3 to stop and wait for there to be a 2. Just as a kind of sensor. So we could do a platform here. Do a pusher here. Pushes that way, which will get it to go out. So this one and this one are both triggered by the same thing, which is going to be except for this is not going to go fast enough, but I think something like this is getting close. Let's see how this works. Nope. First of all, this isn't actually going far enough. I want to see... The pusher's happening too quickly. Okay, so let's... wait until it's over here. Then we can... You know what? We can do this a little simpler, because this is effectively the same thing here. And then we come this way. Whoops. Rotate that. We'll put a platform here. Then we know it's just sitting there. I'm just going to temporarily build this. I think we won't need this in the end, but we need to have our sensor pointed down. And then the conduit is going to connect to a pusher that's going to be here. Come on, pusher. Can we get down low? There we go. So that's the right spot for there. And then we put some more conduit. So that will push both of those. I don't know how well this will work. Ooh, the pushers also can act as a stop gate. Well, that is very interesting. Huh, how can we use that? How can we use this? Well, let me just see here how this... We're gonna pause the moment the pusher goes. So the pusher goes a little bit too early. Goes 1 unit too early. So we could delay this effectively. What we're gonna just do is a little conveyor loop to delay. Just as a test. See what we can do to improve this. I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah. Because this is a 3. We do actually need this to be going that way. Maybe if we push it across the platform, it will do that. No, it won't delay either. It's gonna be 3 long. I mean, we actually don't need... that at all. So the sensor pushes it, but it actually shouldn't push it from there. The pushing needs to happen from right here, but we'd have to have the pusher. This is not going to work. Let's just change this over to a regular conveyor, and we're going to see how this works again. So it just produces the 3. Okay. And I think we're off by just 1 time unit 3. So we need to move this to happen a little bit earlier. That's what we need to do. Which is easy enough. So we're going to put the 2 across, well, here I think. The welders need to go on top. So I'm just going to put a platform here for the moment. And then the welders will be pointing down. Then we're going to extend the conveyor. Put a pusher plate here. And I think we need to have a conveyor here. And I don't think this pusher needs to be there at all. We need something to keep this up. Well, hang on. What are we doing wrong? Oh, we're pushing in the wrong square, but we are pushing them in. We just need to move it over 1. So 1 over and then rotate there, and I think this will work. Hey! This is a complete and utter mess, but that's fine. Power couple achievement unlocked. Don't know fully what that means, but okay. We did improve our footprint a little bit and the block count. You can see our improvements. The time took just as long, as a couple of cycles better, but the block score really went down. So what else could we do? I don't think there's much. Oh, we could have reduced the footprint a bit. So what we can do is, instead of the conduit going on its own separate thing, we can reduce our footprint. And that's a fairly substantial footprint decrease, actually. At least 3 blocks. Yeah, 5 blocks footprint. Woohoo! Very nice. Okay. I think we are happy with this. Let's see what we can do next. Wave detection array. Okay. Lots of ships. So we have 2 things. 2 different types of these that we're gonna be needing. This is gonna be a little tricksy because we're not using every block. Don't think we saw anything. Okay. Is there a third one? No. So the first thing we have to do is this guy needs to be shifted twice. We can actually have it just push out, and then we're going to put a pusher block here. We're going to put a conduit here, and a sensor is going to go on top of there. So this will push 2 of those out. So we're going to put 1 this guy will need to go 1 unit that way. And then if we do this, this would be a good welding strip. I'm just going to put this across for the moment. Except we don't have a way to rotate these, do we? And these actually, okay, they need to be horizontal. Okay, so that means we need one here. So this is the wrong color order. Somehow we need to have the black one be in the middle. Okay, it does actually send these out at the right amount. That's a relief. Somehow, I really don't want to move both. I want to make this here. We could do push in different directions. Hang on. What if we... So these guys will come forward. Really trying hard to come up with a solution that doesn't go all the way around here, because that would be hugely wasteful in resources, and we must protect the valuable corporation's resources that imprisoned us here. Somehow we need one of these to go on each side. Well, maybe something like this is the solution. Okay, let's just have these back to how we were before. We have a couple of pusher blocks. We have a sensor above here. It's looking down, it's pushing out. Then somehow we need to get these guys mixed up in the right order. And it has to be in such a way that we're not vertically aligned, because that would be too easy. Do we have a way to rotate? I don't remember. We do not have a rotator. It's so strange that it's easier to do this without the rotator. If we push this in different directions, does that help any? I think the answer is no. The alternative is to do different Z levels, which we can do that if we need to, but let's think this through. There's got to be a way. We don't actually have to do that. We can do... Hang on. We can do a weld on the top for here. And then oh wait, we need to add some conduit here. Good. So now this is welded. With one on the one side. So let's see. This one could do every other row. But only if we push it to the right or left. By every other, I mean we could do something like this. How do we get to the other side of there, though? We still have the same problem. Okay. We're gonna... Well... I actually did like the solution that we had so far. So that will come this way. Those weld. So then we come across like this, and we're going to do something when we get over here. Whoopsie daisies. Ooh. That was a little bit of fun. Sometimes the jetpack's a little screwy. So this is the bigger one. We need to merge these. And do it at different Z levels. So... so that they can go over, one can go over the other. Let's rotate there. Then I think let's see what happens to this point. We're gonna pause this. Yeah, that guy arrives a little bit too early. Okay. So we should actually bring this the other way. Bring that this way. And then build this guy here. Well, they're there and there, but that's not gonna... Hang on. This actually needs to go one unit further. So after we do this, then the three will be lined up. We will need to do a spot weld. The weld would have to come from the side. Let's back this up a bit. This is also going to have the slight effect of falling. Okay. So now that will stay put. Now we can put the welders, we can sneak them in underneath here. Whoopsie daisies, we just died. We got a card for falling. Uh-oh. We got carded. I don't know what that means, but it does not sound good. We're going to sneak these right there. I think this will weld together our block. Nope, it would do it if we have the platform there. Actually, that's not welding the right spot, is it? Shoot. There's no good way to make this work either. Well, maybe here. The welders can't be overhead unless we push this down one, which we could do. So, okay, we'll push there. Then we can come here. We push this down there, and then we somehow do the welding overhead here. And then we need to have a platform here, and this be on a conveyor. I think this will, yeah, that makes that. Now we need to figure out how to split it into two different pieces. So what I'm going to propose here. So we've got one. Then when we have two, let's pause this and let's think this through. So we could have one push it in this direction easily. So if we... Basically, they both have to push to the left. So what we're going to do is have one block that will circle it around and push it that way, one that will push it to the left. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Just to space this out. So one has to go this way. One has to go that way. And once we go this way, then we can do this. Once we go this way, we'll have to stay to there. Then it has to be every third. And we'll push in like this. And then I think we can get rid of those two. And it's all staying put. Excellent. Hey there, Lord Mandrill. Aliens might be kidnappers who aren't cool enough to give you incorrect ratio parts. This is true. And thank you for joining me. Oops. That would be particularly cruel for sure. We need the pushers here. And then get the sensors above here. And all we need is a sensor facing down. Hey, this almost works. I think we just need one more conveyor. No, you're off by one. So I think actually we need another conveyor here. I think we'll do this. And then here. Actually, I bet you, well, we'll just rotate this. This will work. Here we go. I am certain this is far from an optimal solution, but it is a solution. Honestly, not bad. So we're on a lower end of the footprint score. We're in the lower end. We're in the middle of block score, and we're right in the middle of the cycle. I don't know how they do this half the time. That's nuts. There must be some golden trick that I do not know. So, okay, let's start looking through here and figuring out how can we optimize the block usage. I mean, the biggest thing, we could use fewer blocks if we didn't have to run 2 treadmills side by side for all of that distance. And then this also is a huge mess. Well, let's play this through. Something I might have overlooked. What is this that I may have overlooked? I'm curious. This has got to be the key. There's got to be a way to get this in the right order. Wait a sec. Oh! I did not know that. Okay. That would make some sense. So if I hit here, I hit the max, and then if I just hit F, hey, that lowered the score. Wow. Okay, that's kind of cool. Thank you for that trick. What are we gonna do to knit these? Really, if I only had like an uphill or downhill thing, then it would work better. We could push it to the edge quicker. I mean, maybe... could definitely move this. Okay, let's start with this. We're gonna move our merging to in the middle of the air. Yeah. That way we won't need to support it. That should lead to some nice results if we can get the timing right. So then we'll need the sensor here. Okay. Pusher blocks will come below. Very carefully go down. Make sure my jetpack doesn't fail. So then we'll need to do the wiring to make sure that we get here at the same time. That's going to be the tricky bit. We'll get all of this figured out later. Whoops, we do need to conveyor there. So the problem with this is we kind of need this to be over 1 unit, which is fine. We'll just blank it out to there. We're gonna go over here, then come down. Don't know that this will actually work. Is this enough of a drop? The welding... No, it has to be down 2, actually. So the welder has to be here. If this is going to work, I'm not really convinced it can. Then this... No, the welder has to be there. It was at that level. Because if we draw this conveyor, it has to be welding at that level. Okay. So somehow we need to get this one on the other side. So, yeah. Let's come down. We'll come this way. This guy's gonna go one further forward. So he'll be in the... I don't think this would actually work. I think we'd have to go one further. Sorry, no, probably not being the clearest here. But it seems pretty clear that, you know, with this block right there, we have to sneak this one around to the other side. We know this. So then at this point in time, these blocks are coming straight through. They have the left edge. We need to go one more here. And then here we can do the welding. So if I'm gonna put 2 of these here, one of those we should be able to get rid of, And then we need to do the welding on top of that. So the welders go right there. Now, of course, we can reduce this a little bit by this. And then the pusher blocks, we'll need to hold these two platforms there. Pusher block should work, except for, of course, this doesn't hang. We just need to put anything right there. Nope. They're getting stuck on the welder block. Of course they're getting stuck on the welder. So it has to be one more unit further across. Why? No, this has to drop down, and we have to push one unit this way. Then the welders can happen here. So the welding would happen here. Because at this point in time, and actually this way. At this point in time, this guy's lined up, we're going to need to conveyor one more further forward. The long one will be held in place, which is the desired behavior. Then we're going to platform across there. Then we need our conduit for our pusher blocks. Go right there. We're gonna have to hold this up, and then we need our sensor here. So then, no, this guy comes a little bit too quick. Oh dear. These need to move back a bit as well. Okay. So the pushers need to go right here. Boy, this speed. There's the area select feature. It might allow for moving some of this stuff a little easier. I'm going to try that next time I want to do something like that. We'll just put a block right there. Hey! Alright, so we're going to put these platforms there. Then, when they're pushed, let's measure this out. This guy needs to go down that way, and this one needs to go this way. We'll actually need to turn here and then rotate there. That should take care of that one. And then this one, we need to push one further forward and then this way. Let's see if this works. This will be a little bit slower, but it should be a lot fewer blocks. Uh-oh. So somehow we mix these up. Oh my. Maybe it's because the inputs are... Let's try the slower input. Yeah, now it's clearly being done the correct way. Okay. That did improve our block score by 1. Our footprint was worse. Well, that was a fun attempt. Just looking to see if there's anything else I'm noticing that we could do differently. Probably don't need that actually, so that's 1 block better. Now, hang on. We could probably put the pusher here. Which would mean we could put a sensor here. I want to see if this works before we invest too much into it, though. Yep, that worked perfectly. Okay. So then... that needs to go this way. And then we need to push this guy here. I'm not exactly sure where that will push out. Actually, this is probably fine. That's a little better. We could reduce the footprint. Hey! We have done a lot better with the footprint. Block score went down, or up by 2 actually. Jeez. Well, I think this will do something interesting. Let's see what this does. And we can get rid of that one. This one's needed to hold everything together. That block can go away. There's got to be... well, those shouldn't be needed either. This should be just overall better. Good. So that killed several blocks. Except for we're 1 unit off here. Okay, push this forward. Actually... is that going to go far enough? No. Needs to go 1 further forward. There we go. Looking to see if there's any other surplus blocks. This one is only needed to hold up the structure, which is fine. Yeah, we're regressing. Still, I like this. I think we're going to go back to our cell and we're going to try the next one. It's Guided Javelin Type 1. So we have 3 different parts here. Oh my. So we're building missiles. And again, we can't rotate or else this would be a lot easier. Oh, hello.
我叫江美玲，今年40岁。我是在北京的中国石油的一分析人士。我有个丈夫，他姓李，和一个6岁的儿子。在5月22号的晚上8点钟，外星人从我的北京市中心的办公室把我拐走了。从那天起，我就一个人过着不是人的生活，而我永远都回不了家了。老公，我爱你，我好想你烧的菜啊。小平，你可是我的好孩子，多么的聪明，多么的可爱，我为因你而觉得骄傲。还有姓张的，你这个窝囊废，黄八蛋！如不是你的无能，你出的错，我就可以按时的回家和我家人在一起了。你去死吧，姓张！你去死啊！
Totally caught all of that. This one may call for the pusher as the sensor. So is that the engine piece here? So this is the engine, this is the nose. Whoopsie daisies. Too little, too late. Got a fall card. Nice. I just want to see. Okay. So we can merge the missiles together here. And I suspect very strongly, if we just play this, yeah, the engine body part's going to come out first. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 levels of welding. Whoops. I'm really going to hope this works. And then the top one we'll do at a different station. Okay, so that's the welding. Let's see. We need 1 pusher block. It's even pushing in the right direction. This can be conduit that's holding it, actually, because we're going to need to run the conduit up there. We can actually run this, I think. Since this is going to come out first, we're going to run that, and we're going to trust in the ratios. Actually, I think that will do fine. And we need the sensor to go here. We're going to need a platform below here to hold everything. used to games with slightly different controls, so that's fine. Come here. Yeah, I was afraid that might happen. Huh. So how do we keep that from tripping? Until we're ready for it to trip. This will be interesting. So, how do we do this? Well, any... I mean... What we have to do... I think if we put a pusher block here... Except for that's not going to push anything here. So what this will do is this will weld two pieces together. And I'm hoping that'll push it. So we need some conduit between these two. Good. And then we need a platform for this to rest on. And then that's going to push it into this direction. And then we're going to need to have a better welder. Let's just use basic platforms. Maybe I'm trying to save too much by doing this over the air. So these should actually be welders. Not the downward, the sideways ones. And then we still have the same problem with the sensor though. Right? So this is going to trip if we play. So those two will be... Huh. That sensor... Where could we even put that sensor that would do what we want it to do? And the answer is nowhere. This vertical welding stuff is hard. Wait. No, that's not going to do it either. How does this work? Okay, forget this. This may be an advanced way to do it, and there's probably something that can be done here, but we're just going to do this the simpler way for now. And that means we're going to go and do this where we have more land and such to play with. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be a platform. We need to do some welding. Then when do we activate the pusher? It needs to be pushed right at that moment. When there is something up here, but that's it. It's too bad you can't put like a delay on the sensor. No matter how I can think that we could do this, that same problem is going to exist. So we're missing something. What are we missing? What if we... This will be a little bit weird. But we're going to try something like this. So purposely weld on the ground, and then this is going to push it over. Okay. I wonder if there are more than one sensor on the loop, how that works. So let's say there's one sensor here. And then we'll put conduit and then put another sensor below there. The other kind of sensor. So, and then let's try a pusher here. And we'll run some conduit up along there. See how this works. So it trips with either of them. Okay, how does this work? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. We can push out the completed structure right before the next one comes on. No, we're close. I think we've almost got this. So let's put the welders here. No, I think the two welding like this is actually a good idea, because I think we need the pusher to be here. And then, well, here. Then spot weld here. I kind of actually like the idea of the ground welder. I know it'll slow things down a bit, but it does seem likely it will make things a little bit smoother. Oh yeah, we need to connect this right there. So that is the moment that the sensor needs to go off and not before. What if I had... two pushers, and one of the pushers was pushing against the other one somehow? Well, let's just try this. We'll try the naive one. Okay, then it'll let it go down. No, because that sensor is always tripped. Okay, so let's try conduit right there, and then the sensor goes here. Is there any like configuration for these sensors? Play faster, input rate, footprint, toggle block. What does that do? Oh, that changed to the downward facing sensor. Okay. That's a handy trick, but it's not what I was looking for. Record GIF, edit counter. Sensors just sense blocks. Yeah. What I was really hoping I could do is change one to a like not sensor. Yeah. So you can do an or effectively, but you can't do an and. Okay. So we can assemble the rocket, but we can't get it to be pushed out at the right time. Why not? I mean, what am I missing if it can be done? Because I have two sensors here, right? And then I have the conduit. So I'm connecting both of these here. So this one, if either one of them is true, then it's going through. But what I would love to do is have a sensor where there's not a block. So, because I think that would make this a little bit easier. I'm curious what would happen if I did this. Don't think this is going to do much, but yeah. These vertically integrated stacks are a lot different than the horizontal. So why don't we do this? No, I need these to just work. I'm just curious how this works. I'm trying to understand some of the limitations. Okay, that did work. I thought it might. So, if we could have that pusher go until all four of those blocks were set, if we could do an AND effectively, then this would be solved. Because we could just, do something like this and wait for all four of these to sense truth. Actually, what happens if we do these? Whoops, it is. That was almost bad. That is not tripping. That is an AND if they're directly connected together like that. Okay. So then if I switch this to a standard platform, the welding's not gonna happen quite right. But that's an easy fix. Oh, you're right. They're not facing the falling block. Dadgum. Why do you have to go and be logical on me? Thank you. Yeah. Still effectively, I want to see what moment it switched it on. It only switched the last one. It didn't seem like it propagated through. Wait a sec. I got this. The pusher block, we'll set it up like this. No, that won't work either. We're still... if we have these piecemealed too, no matter how I'm looking at this, I can't figure out for the life of me how we trip the sensor only when the block is stationary at that point. Is there some kind of an and where it has to hit 2 sensors? Just want to see the conduit. Yeah, it's only when it's on that last one. So the first one doesn't even matter. So okay, let's try something radically different. No matter how I look at this, like, so we could push this over to the side, right? But that's just, we'd have to make the rocket taller first. So if we make the rocket into 2 sections here, and then we let it fall through, say to here, whoops, and then we can conveyor over here. Then let it drop here. We don't need to let it drop quite that far. Let's let it just drop to here. Then if we put the sensor here, and then just putting conduit on just so I can see the output. So welded, tripped. One circuit. So one sensor completes the circuit for sensor 2. You meaning like a pusher plate? So we have a sensor here. We have 2 sensors. One sensor completes the circuit for sensor 2. So we have a pusher plate. Something like this. Sensor 1 completes the circuit for sensor 2. Okay, let's just try. We're keep experimenting with this. I'm sure it has to be something like this because there must be this and kind of sensor, or else I don't know how this is possible. So we're gonna put actually sensors here instead. We'll put 2 sensors and then the space between them. So, okay, these trip like that. So what you're saying is if there was like a third sensor here, but that one's only ever really going to care about this though, right? Yeah. Sensors don't pass signals. Right. So you had 2 sensors where sensor 1 completed the circuit for sensor 2. So, and out of curiosity, if I just put a pusher here, it'll probably be active when either one of these. Well, that's not going to work, but yeah, it's an OR. So let's see here. I think I still like the idea of welding these here. Whoops. Then the sensor could be downward or it could be what if I do, well, no. If I have a pusher here and I have a sensor right above it, the pusher, I mean, that doesn't do anything though that a conveyor wouldn't do. So then when this falls, that's always going to trip the sensor. Can we use that? Okay, hang on. Is this the right spot, first of all? Yes. Those will need to be welded. This pusher here. Okay, we're gonna put the sensor on the top and the pusher on the bottom. And so pusher here. Then we do a couple of welders. Except for they really need to be pushed over to the side. Okay. So then the welders would need to be here. Whoops. I remember C. Yeah, there we go. So that will weld those two pits together. Then we theoretically have a pusher here. Will this even do anything at all? Let's see. So the pusher is active if this guy is active. So we're going to put the conduit down to the pusher, which is in an awful position. I'm sure I can do this much better, but that's fine. We're just trying to get a solution before we optimize it. Okay. It's just a little hair too early. Now, how do we do this? So we could maybe drop this by 1? No, it needs to be quicker. Oh, let's try this. So the sensor needs to go right here. No, not there. Actually, let's put our welders back in here. So they do need to kind of go there. Then the sensor goes here. Except for this has the problem that we had before, where the pusher is never going to fall far enough down. Yeah, we've tried essentially this before. Yeah. The sensor's always being pushed. Now, hang on. Let's change the welder location to here and there. So, if we could find a way, we could put the sensor somewhere else, I don't know. But if we could find a way to release this when it is in this state, then we would be good to go. But I don't think that that's possible. Okay. Too bad we can't do a delay to the sensor or something. But I don't think that's possible. I know we're close. Anything is possible if you believe. Ooh, that's a kind of fun little weld, but that's not what we want at all. And that still needs to be another lower. And so I can push this from any point. What if I put the pusher on the top? And then where would the sensor go? I'll also put the sensor up here. So that's already going to push it off of where we wanted. But this, yeah, this is nothing different than what we've had before. That's just basically a conveyor. It's fundamentally no different than a conveyor. The pushers... Wait. Pushers can act as a gateway as well. So, right here, if there's nothing here, we let it fall straight down. That's... Okay. We have this sensor here. Maybe we put a pusher block or something here. Something vaguely like this. This isn't the right. I'm just kind of concept testing. Obviously, that pusher doesn't do anything. And it won't keep moving. Wait a second. I have been overthinking this. There we go. Oh, that is too funny. Okay. So then we need to hold this up until the entire rocket is here. So we're going one off. Let's put a sensor here. There again, this would be easier with a knot. When that senses, we'll push. Where are we gonna push from? So we hold there. Can't do that. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I am just excited to be moving forward. Right there. Okay. So that should push this guy right on top of there, and then we'll need to spot weld. And then I believe we will have assembled our missile. Okay. Pushing a little bit too early. Too late, I mean. So let's just move the sensor to like here. We'll optimize this in a bit. Yeah, that's one too late. Okay. Then this section needs to be rotated this way. And then we come down there. Let's clean this up. We should have it built this time. So we got a rocket. Woohoo! What can we do to improve this design? That's one way to do it, yep. Footprint's actually pretty impressive. Obviously a lot faster way to do this is possible. Let's keep thinking this through. So obviously we're going to cut this. Could have made an AND gate. I'm sure I'll have to do that eventually. Still missing a little bit of what that would look like. So that couple of block score reduction and the footprint went down. We can also do some stuff by moving this around. So let's see, if we move this to the right, could probably put the sensor here. Let's try here. Honestly, we may not even need the sensor if we do this. Welding will need to happen. Change the type. Whoopsie daisies. This needs to be higher. think we can do something like this. The welder blocks were actually pushed out further. So I think if we do this, and then we purposely slam the welders into here. Then let's see, rotate this around. Something like this. No, syncing these up would be the trick. Okay, let's put the sensor in. That will make this much simpler. But that means we need to go from the side. Like this should work quite nicely. And then we're going to put a platform there and the pusher here. And the sensor can go like right there. Something like this can probably work. This goes just a little bit too quickly, and there's no good way to slow it down. I guess we could do the sensor here. Let's just figure this out. So it's too early. Okay. Too early is a good problem. Which means that should be the sensor block. Needs to be exactly one different, which is a royal pain. So let's see, if we come down here, I think if we put the sensor like here, maybe. Oh, but still needs to happen one different. So I think if we build this over one, put the sensor right like there, like so. Hopefully this works. Nope. I forgot to pause it. One in the other direction. It needs to go late. Wait. It's going too early. So we need to go here. I think this will do the trick. Probably do an overhead sensor that would probably be a little bit cleaner. There we go. So let's build the overhead sensor right there. That'll use a little less footprint and a little bit one fewer block. Actually, it's just right there. I think this is right. Hey, that worked. Very nice. Sensor connects to a pusher. Pusher pushes a circuit. Wait, you can push the sensor. Is that what happens? Ooh, that's a lot better footprint and block score. Cool. So if we play again, let's just increase the rate a little bit. Let's try the max just for the fun of it. This isn't max. Yeah. Sensors are gone. Okay. Well, we'll have to try that then. Let's try a +1. So we can do it a little bit faster. That was the thing that I had missed, is that you can push the sensors around. That will be fun. You know, I feel pretty good though. This is a better than most people's solution. The only thing, we could increase the input rate again. We could do the and type thing, which would probably make this a little smoother. I'll try 3. 4 we know is too fast. This looks like it's working just fine. Optimization, guided javelin type 1. Achievement unlocked. Nice. Okay, continue to sell. So we have a performance review. Well, hello, guys. Armpits of iron. Okay. So we got a trophy. Kangaroo kickers. If you had fun, you won. Let's eat some food because I think we need it. Even if it's food pellets. You can wash your hands now. Alright. That's a check. So, what's the test zone? Allows input ratios, blocks to be adjusted to measure. Interesting. So this is just to create experiments. But yeah, let's keep going. Optical sensor array type 2. So we have 2 different faces of the same thing. So is this a rotator? Aha, we have rotators. Wait.
Hello. If you're listening to this message, I want to congratulate you. You made it this far, and that's really saying something. The name's Floyd. I was one of the first human abductees, so that makes me a bit of a geezer. I was picked up back in the summer of 1976 from a little town no one cares about in Illinois. I wasn't even 18 yet. Those were, interesting times. In almost 40 years, I've learned a thing or two about our gracious hosts. I kid, of course, but they're really not that bad. They're just, insensitive, you know? They think humans are useful. We're good at making stuff, and they don't want to do it themselves. Easier just to have us do it. I've picked up a bit of their language here and there. I can't exactly speak it, since our vocal cords don't really work in the same way. I've made some approximations of their language. Earth is something like garg. Yeah, it kind of sounds like you got a frog in your throat, but, you know. It's not much use, but it's given me something to do in the past couple of decades.
Okay, rotate. We'll have them rotate in opposite directions. Then couple of decades we've been abducted by aliens, huh? All right. So I'm gonna try another rotation, and then maybe the wrong. No, I think that's the right way. And we're gonna try a conduit out and see this. Just see if this works. Nope. We will come out to here and then rotate. Wait a sec. Does it have to go through this thing? I'm confuzzled. Let's just take this away for a moment. Let's just run this by here. So that's a stamping machine. How interesting. Okay, so then we do the same kind of thing that we were doing. Pusher plates. We know this drill by now. Conduit. Downward facing sensor. Then we need to rotate in opposite directions. And weld. Don't know if this is the right way, but we'll figure that out momentarily. The rotation needs to happen first, then we weld. So let's skip over there. We're going to they can't rotate because they don't have enough space. Oh. Okay. That's fair. We'll have them go in opposite directions then. And then we're going to rotate here. And then we'll conveyor them back together. The welder will happen mostly automatically here. So, well, this can be a good side weld. Spot. Should happen quick enough where it doesn't matter. And then we'll need to rotate this one more time on the way out. No, let's keep going a little bit further before we rotate. Something like this, I believe, will do. They can't move because of the freaking welders. Oh, daggum. Okay. So let's think this. Well, let's just see if this. That rotated them the same direction. This guy needs to be the other one. I could have just seed that, no doubt. Okay. So then they'll push out. I guess we catch it from overhead and weld it. Ooh. That won't work either. So try this. This is less than efficient, but okay. It's a start. Decently low block score. Now, let's see. What can we do to improve this? The biggest problem, obviously, is the need to be separate to do the rotation. And the fact that the rotation doesn't happen at the same time is actually not that big of a deal. So, because it's when they get pushed off of there that it's really going to matter. And if we push this along, we forgot to put our sensor. Oh yeah. Okay, that's easy. Easy mistake to make, but easy to fix as well. Those are obviously rotating the wrong way, so we can fix that. That reduced our footprint and block score by a few. Okay. The time... Let's just try increasing the input rate and see how this works. Not surprisingly, that did good. Now, this can be done a little bit faster. The rotation will only happen once regardless, so why don't we put the rotating block here? And then it's going to get pushed out. Oh, we probably could reuse this or something, but that's fine. We should be able to eliminate a couple of cycles here. Could we weld overhead right here? I believe we can. And then this one can just be a platform, so it doesn't move. The welding happens here. And then we conveyor. At some point in time, we do need to rotate. Probably an even better way to do this, but we'll get there. Whoops. Something's weird with this rotation. Huh. Okay, so those are facing the same. I'm actually doing this horizontally. Interesting. So it's because the weld is happening there. Let's try to do this vertically like this. See if this makes a better design. So let's think here. This one, I mean, they're gonna come off the block like this, with the stamp facing this direction. Then we want them to get welded just like they are there. So actually the solution is to put the welder here. And then I think we can just conveyor off here. And I think this will work. There we go. And then we just need to do a rotation. Don't think it matters much which way. It probably does a little bit. We could probably save a couple of cycles if we do it quicker. Actually, we can just go straight forward, reducing our footprint a bit. Wait. Why did the first one... Oh... That's interesting. So the first one stops right there. And that's where the rotation happens. Then the second one doesn't stop until there, and that's where the rotation happens. So, huh. Actually, I think I'm okay with this. Except for they need to push. And actually, this can be every other block. Okay. So what we're going to do is transition to every other block here. That'll reduce things quite a bit. And then we can rotate right before. I think this will do. No, I think we need to have the conveyor right there. There we go. That is better. And this is still max input rate, so we shaved off a couple of cycles. Footprint score is a lot less, and our block score is a lot less. This is one of the best of everything. Nice. Cool. Exit to cell. So we have rotators now. Landing alignment lights. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. So, huh. The truth is we can weld these together, and every other one needs to be rotated before we weld it. What's this?
Floyd here with a few pieces of advice. Firstly, stop thinking you're some sort of victim. As my dad would say, you can be a victim or a survivor. He was a war vet and hard as nails. We're not the only ones they've abducted. Now, I've seen at least 2 other alien species. This whole situation, well, it's nothing like the TV shows. It's all much more mundane. Second thing, don't try to fight them. I've seen others freak out and get themselves killed. I've seen people try to sabotage things. I tried that too for a while. When they hit me with that cattle prod, I learned my lesson. It's not worth it. Think about it. Here you are, out in the middle of space. You need them far more than they need you right now. If you're like me and have a sense of self-preservation, you'll do what they tell you, even if you don't understand what they're saying. So, make yourself useful. It'll make your life much easier.
So we need to rotate this. And then these pieces are going to need to rotate. We need a conveyor here, then the rotate there. Not enough space to rotate here. Okay. Let's actually put the elevator there. This. They rotated the same direction. Okay. Now we've got that going. Now we need to let's see what happens. So this is a square that this should be moving forward. So we can weld these two together here. It's off by 1. We need to go 1 further out. This alien abduction type thing captured by aliens is seeming to be a trend in some of the games I've been playing recently, where they get you to do industrial type things. So then we're gonna have this move this way, but we need to weld. It's too bad we can't. Can you set the welder to weld from above? Yeah, it's too bad. It'd be really nice if you could just point it up. So, where is the clear spot that we can... Hang on. It needs to come from above, and it needs to be right about here. It needs to be... I mean, the fact I use welder blocks isn't probably that bad, but let's see. Cool. So we'll have one of those. Really, we just need to have 2 of those side by side. So we'll put a conveyor here, then a platform there. Nope, that's not gonna do it, is it? They do need to be side by side, so it needs to push one more before we rest it, and then we'll weld it. Right here. Okay. So let's see. I think just putting the welder above these 2 will do what we need to. Nope. And it's got to be a side welder, which is fine. So we're going to put a side welding job here. And I think this will get it in the wrong orientation, but otherwise correct. So then all we need to do from here is to just push. Let's make sure that this gets assembled correctly. Beautiful. And then the orientation, we just need to rotate it, I think, this way. Let's make sure it's rotated in the right way. Yep, that will match. And then we can just put a conveyor like every 2, 3, 4. Rotate there. This will have to be every 3. And then see how that lines up. Oh, shoot. This is off by 1. Okay, so obviously we need to go this way, and then it'll line up right on that corner. This one. I think this will do it. We could probably do without that one. We might need that one though. We'll find out in a sec. Nope. We did need that one. Okay. Oh, we're 1 too low. Still, I think this is it. Hey! We did it! Woohoo! Not bad. Looks like my friend is not on here. Didn't get this far. So we can speed things up. Footprint we can work on. Block score we're pretty low. So, okay. This is the extra footprint because we went over this way. well, simple thing we can do, put a block there and we can kill these guys. Really? Huh. Who would have thought such a small change would make such a large difference? All right. Let's put the rotator like right there. Okay, we try right there. So that is the right way. We'll just need to add a conveyor here. I think we can kill that one. Nope, we cannot kill that one. It's amazing how just the little tiniest differences can make such a huge difference. So this is rotating the wrong direction. That's all that is. Okay. That's an improvement. Don't think... Yeah, I don't think we can improve that any. Footprint score is a little bit higher. We did reduce the block by 1. Okay. And that's by taking that one away, really. What's the footprint button is... P. Oh. So that's interesting. I did not know before now exactly what counts as footprints. So let's flip that away. No, it needs to go this way. And then if that's going to be the case, then we need to conveyor it like this. Push it this way. So that was a little bit better on our footprint. Let's try the input rate max and see what happens. Yeah, okay, lower it down a bit. A little bit more. Just try +1. Yeah, I was worried that this was a pretty input rate sensitive thing. Okay. I wonder if I switch these rotations. Then this also will need to be switched. Is that the right direction before I go switch all of this? You know what? Curiously enough, that doesn't work. There's no way to rotate it that would give the right thing. Really need to come up with a slightly faster way to get this over. But there's not really going to be a good way to do that. Is there? Yeah, I guess we do need to have one block to connect everything. Have this come out and choose. Yeah. So what I'm wondering a little bit is if I can do something No, I don't want to do that. Maybe the welding... Okay, here's one thing we could do. We can make the welding happen a little bit sooner. So from here we go rotate this way. Then we want the welding to happen. This needs to go out more. Let's try this. So let's try getting rid of that block, see what this does. No. There does need to be a conveyor block here. So what if we push this way? We have this coming this way. And then... well, one of these stays on a brick, which is going to be that one. And then we can weld on top. We'll put this there. The welding will happen here. Nope, that will not work. So, all right. The welding would need to be here. And then we'll platform that. Yeah, I didn't think that would work. This is just getting to be a huge, ugly mess, though. Okay. We can just push these guys back one. Let's go to the sideways welder. Okay. And then put a simple block there. So I don't know what this is gonna give us. It's a little slower, but I think it's a little bit more secure. Yeah, so the input rate can go faster. So this will be a faster factory. Nice. Our footprint's down a little bit too. And block score is only up. Our block score and footprint are only up 1. Can this do max rate? Oh my. Cool. So now we're in the elite just about. Can we get rid of this guy? That's 1 block fewer, so we're tied for our lowest block usage. Now, can we do something better with this ugly mess? I think... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've tied with our best footprint. Yeah, this is overall our best. Anything more we can do? And that's a small thing, but... I don't need this one. I also don't think we need that one. Nope, apparently we do. Huh. It's funny how one little thing can sometimes make a huge difference. Actually, hang on. If we take this away, I just want to see where it gets stuck. Okay. So we don't push this far enough. That's what the problem is. There we go. That got rid of the block safely. Block score is down. We're getting pretty good. Anything else we can do? It's pretty amazing to me how much is held. I wonder if we can put the welders here, can we? Yeah, I didn't think so. But we really don't need this guy there. So instead we can put the platform here and we can scooch this structure a little bit closer. Put the platform there. We're putting the pusher here and here. Putting conduit here. And a sensor facing down. So what does that do for us? We do need the conveyor to go through there. Then we need a rotator somewhere. Nope, those got welded the same direction. Which means this guy probably needs to be there. No. Okay, that looks good. I don't think we need this one now. Cool. It's a little bit higher footprint and the same amount of blocks. Well, okay. Because we're taking up these three that we didn't used to. But this should be one fewer block. There's an opportunity here to make this a little bit simpler. I think this will work. Nope. Can't be there, but what about here? There we go. I think that's fewer blocks used. Footprint is down a bit, but we're still not quite at their all-time optimal score. Let's just take a look. What if we put the rotation square like here? That won't work because of that, but what if we just ignore that? It's lined up the wrong way. Huh. Well, let's connect this up high like we had before. We're trying for a little bit reduced footprint. I do want to just push it one here. Can't rotate. Nope, that's the same. Why can't it rotate? Needs to be the other way. No, it's this kind of... Okay. I see now. I mean, it really does have to kind of be this way if we're going to do this type of thing. Yeah. There's no doubt a better solution out there, but this is not a bad solution. We could... Yeah. I think we're done with this, and this is late enough. I'm going to call this done. Thank you much for joining me. I think I'm going to continue playing this at least one more time on... What day is today? Saturday, so it'll be on Tuesday, about the same time of day. You can feel free to follow me to figure out when that is. Thank you guys for everything. Let me know whatever questions or comments you guys have. Until next time, keep on tracking. Take care, guys.